Xiaomei just went to the bathroom on the plane, but unexpectedly, this act saved her life. Just as she was about to return to her seat after using the restroom, the plane suddenly shook violently. The sudden loss of gravity threw Xiaomei into the air. When she woke up, she found everything around her in a mess. Xiaomei tried to open the bathroom door, but couldn't, so she had to force it open with her feet. When she came out, she was instantly stunned. Outside was a world of ice and snow. Evidently, the plane had crashed into a snow-capped mountain during the flight. After searching around, Xiaomei found her family members. Unfortunately, they had been frozen into ice. At this moment, a man came out of the plane upon hearing the noise. Only the two of them were left alive on the entire plane, so they had to rely on each other and try every means to leave this place. After gathering some useful supplies, they set off. Before long, they reached the edge of the snow-capped mountain, which was the only way to leave. They had no choice but to take risks and climb down the cliff. However, for Xiaomei, who has had acrophobia since childhood, this was almost more difficult than ascending to the sky. She missed a step and almost fell, but fortunately, the man caught her in time. After unremitting efforts, the two finally reached the halfway up the mountainside. But the cliff here was 10 times more difficult than the one above. Xiaomei felt dizzy just by taking a glance downward. They had to move sideways along the steps. After walking just a few steps, Xiaomei was blocked by a big rock and dared not move forward. She looked at the cliff below her feet and was too frightened to move. The man had to stretch out his hands to pull her over. Although Xiaomei's legs were weak, in order to survive, she had to take a desperate risk. Finally, she managed to step over. But just as the man was about to move forward, he found that there was no way ahead at all. The two were thus trapped on the halfway up the mountainside, in a dilemma. In this critical moment, the man suddenly came up with an idea. He leaped off and landed right on a tree. Thanks to the buffer of the tree, the man survived. He quickly told Xiaomei that this method was feasible and asked her to jump towards the tree. But for Xiaomei with acrophobia, this was really too difficult. However, with the man's encouragement, she still jumped. As a result, she almost crushed the man to death, and the mobile phone was also broken. Even if it wasn't broken, there was no signal anyway, so they might as well throw it away. After a short rest, the two continued their journey. Soon, they came to another snow-capped mountain. As they walked, the man saw a cave ahead. On this cold snow-capped mountain, it was perfect for keeping warm. He hurriedly called out to Xiaomei behind him, asking her to speed up. But at this time, Xiaomei was obviously running out of energy. Just as the man was about to go over and give her a hand, he suddenly saw a terrifying scene and immediately started shouting at Xiaomei.